Oh, wow. I just deleted 7 videos. So I have 22 minutes and 52 seconds. So again, very, very abusive. Again, it could just be filled with all of my videos. So again, I bought Google storage. I've now been told that Google storage does not pertain to the video holdings of being on your phone. But again, I've been also told a lot of shit about my phone. That's ridiculous, right? Like the SIM card and all the stuff that I've had to go through. Again, very abusive. But again, I'm up right now. My energy's coming back. And again, there must be a reason for that. So again, we're going to keep rolling. I can't get to my tarot cards yet. Again, my shit's all over the place. Much like a narcissist, eh? They just leave their shit all over the place. And I'm not like that at all. But that's, again, what they've done to me, right? I made the comment once, the narcissist goes to a hotel to... The old age narcissist has lost everything, right? Lost it all, except the mask. So they come back out of the hotel one day. All right, I got it going back on. They got a bit of swagger back and they're good to go. Well, again, the narcissist would go to a hotel with a bag of Coke. Well, probably they'd be there for, if they were here as long as I have been, since October 17th, that's a lot of Coke they'd have to do, right? And a lot of beer. I've got a case of Bud Zero sitting over here. I've had 3 out of it, and I only bought it from Costco because it was $19. So again, when you are sober, you're not pounding back the near beers. But in the beginning when I got sober, it helped me. It was a crutch for me, right? But again, I've only had 3 out of a 2-4 in like a month. Anyway, my point being, they wouldn't have a case of Bud Zero. They would have a couple cases of whatever the fuck they want, and then they would go back out into the world. They wouldn't go back to the people that they've now had to say, may I have this here in the storage locker that was ransacked on October 17th? A very much hate crime for me in the city. They would just leave their stuff and again come back. And again, I use this analogy from a great recovery guy, Andy, on Narc Daily, we are never alone. He uses the analogy of the narcissist coming back like 5 years later. They left a dirty sock at your house. Hey, I just came back to pick up my sock. And that's what they do. I'm not like that at all. But again, I am a person that when I leave my town, I want to have all my stuff with me so I never have to fucking come back. Do you get it? I don't want to just leave for a day or two, figure out my money, and then be like, how am I going to backtrack now? I want to just leave. You know what I mean? Very much out of a hostage situation. So we're going to go back into the bag again right now. Again, being a light worker, again, which is an earth angel. So again, in the darkest city of Canada, again, the unhappiest city, we'll call it, because it very much is when you Google it. Let's go in today now, see what wants to be shared, and I'm hoping it leads to another quick story I have to share. Let's see what's on here now. Let's see what I wrote here. It's hard when I can't read my own writing. Giving me the creeps. Jump into my Jeep. Maybe, it's something. I was writing a poem and I didn't finish it. So again, C- for me there. The other part, is Victim Witness Assistance Program. So again, if anybody wants that phone number in the London, Ontario area, these ladies are good when you get a real one. Remember, my phone's been cloned out, 333 again on the timer, divinely guided and divinely supported. If anybody does need that number, hoping this is the right number, because remember, people have been pranking me the whole time, 519-660-3041. It also has a number of the predator, the one that's been stalking me forever. It has a phone number on it. And I believe it's when I looked up a number of where I could put down on a peace bond as an address to fill out the peace bond. So maybe the spirit's telling me to go ahead and fill out that peace bond with everything going back from 10 years. That's how I start. That's the process. And again, because I don't want to be in London, Ontario, I'm assuming I can do that anywhere. And again, maybe in a different city, I would actually have some police presence, which again is leading me up to the other day. I went down to the cop shop because again, I've gotten nowhere with the cops, the London City Police. I've called over to OPP. They can't help. But in the middle of me actually getting one to help me one day on the phone, we'll start with the stalking thing, Lynn, and then we'll get to your mail fraud after, he said on the phone. That day, I thought I was still being stalked. I said, I think there's a stalker coming. Oh, never mind. Going to transfer you over here. So then he got rid of the call, which means who the fuck is in the treehouse over this guy, right? Again, stemming down the big narcissist at the top. going down with the enablers, the flying monkeys, the proxies, whatever you want to call them, right? The big group of mad, angry people, right? That can't think for yourselves, right? You want to think for yourself. You want to be yourself, right? You don't want to keep answering for your whole life up to somebody. So again, the other day I went downtown. Again, there's another thing called Lika, I believe it's called. I've tried to call them to report the police. Well, on the phone, they tell me you'd have to go by mail or we'll email it to you. Well, again, with my phone being hacked, that's not going to help. But very much for other people, it does say that you can do that over the phone with them. For a targeted individual, however, we don't have those rights. We have to go through the hacking system of our device now that's been cloned out. And again, there's another thing about that as well. So I'll get to that later. So I went down. So being a targeted individual, I have to go march down to places very much to see the person face to face. Great band. And I'm not disconnected when I'm moving, right? When I'm moving around. When I'm trying to get to the finish line, right? Get to justice, right? A freedom fighter. And I go down there the other day to the cop shop, and what am I met with? Because keep in mind, my phone's cloned out. So people literally are calling people going, here she comes. All right, be standing there ready for it. It really is like that. 6:19 on the timer for a targeted individual. So I go into the desk. My whole goal is, According to the city police, on the record, there's a woman I could speak with called Luann Devine. And again, I don't see how a corrupt person would make up the name Luann Devine, because that's very divine. That's a woman I could speak with. She could have helped me with the peace bonds by now. She could have already helped me get a restraining order. But again, think of it this way. This is how creepy it is for me. 649. So if you're out there in Canada today, go buy a 649 and say, I am a money magnet. And there you go. When I call her number, I can't leave a voicemail. When I call Crime Stoppers to get it, it won't work. And again, with Crime Stoppers, with the person that I need the restraining order with, I've already put something in on them on Crime Stoppers. When I go to my Crime Stoppers case online, it says, this is not a cop. This is not a police situation. That's not a police situation in London, Ontario, Canada for a targeted individual. But 8 years ago, when I was being choked out by this person and I screamed and a friend called the police for me, an associate, somebody called for me, and the cop met me on my street. What's gone on in the last 8 years where now I'm not getting any help? Where 8 years ago I could have nailed this person to the cross. And now there's nothing. So it's very weird, right? It's very turned around where I couldn't do it in my addictions, but now I'm ready for it. And now I'm getting no help. So again, I went down to the 601, I believe it is, 601 Dundas Street the other day. Again, the watchers would have been watching me, right? So everybody that's in London, Ontario, Canada, that's very much in on this hate crime against me, the targeted being, they already know about this. So very much, this person that I'm actually talking about could be the one calling down to the boys in blue saying, here she comes, she's crazy, oh my God, I'm going to go sell some more cocaine out there though, you know? Cocaine is the new black in my city, right? So again, I meet an officer. He could have been a sergeant. He was acting like a sergeant. Very much did the Darvo technique on me again. Deny, attack, reverse offender, victim offender. So again, I was in shitty energy. Again, being scared or weaponized all night. Again, like I am right now, targeted. Again, getting your nervous system down so you can't speak. So imagine how many people these people have stolen their energy, their vitality, their force, for them to still be down here where they are, loose harvesting losers, the narcissists, with lines this big. Want to come over? Let's do a line together. Get people hooked on lines this big. So again, they can't speak either, but now they're hooked on a drug. Again, loser. Some people can't handle lines that big, right? So anyway, they're calling them, telling them, and again, very much a smirky jerk now that I have to go talk to. Well, my energy's gone. It's already, the power went out in the first place I was in. I had to walk in the rain to get cash back. I've now been called, again, this was another thing, I've been called a stealer, a thief in the grocery store. Can I see your bag? Basically interrogating me that I was a thief. Remember, this is fucking weird. And then a homeless guy, but I don't think he was. I think he might have been a kind of guy, you know? Dressed up. Hey, there's a luncheon over there for the homeless people. Again, a narcissist speaking over your life. So now they're saying, again, the targeted individual program, wanting to get you dead, number one. But at first, you go through all the steps of being targeted out on the street in a shelter. And I'm not going that route, so I'll take out any loan I have to be not to do that. I was already out there for 2 nights after I had a police gang brutality of following me into the first hotel I went into. A guy followed me there, so they know in my Uber where to position them, where to go. My hoodie was stolen, trying to put fear in me, the guy intimidating me the next day, blah, 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 blah. So again, I go approach him and I start speaking. I ask finally, I forget right away. My whole goal is just to speak to this lady. I don't want to even talk to this guy, but I have to. And he tells me she's busy. She has another job. I said, will you please pass along my number to her? I do need to speak with her. And then I started talking more. He goes, I think it is her that you need to speak to. I haven't heard back from her once. I haven't even heard back from her, to the point now where obviously if her name's on the city police thing as somebody very much involved that could help a woman with everything I'm going through, I haven't even had a call back yet. I've been trying to reach her for months. The sergeant told me, yep, I'll make sure she gets your message. What's your number? Still haven't heard anything from her. Then I talked to another lady that came into a role in a place where it could help me as well, but she was a narcissist on the phone and I can't handle it. She did send me some apartments to look at, which was great, but she didn't even know. Are you sure that lady works there? I don't think she works there anymore. So again, adding to the Truman Show, weird. If you work for the victim, this was a different number, not the victim, the one I just gave. Anyway, my point being, the guy had me wrapped in manipulation again. Me of all people now, sober, off drugs, confident, celibate. I was roped in all this other energy. And again, for a truth speaker, there's got to be a big reason, right? Because I'm shaking up shit, man, and I'm showing people how to get their confidence. Everybody that knew me before knows I never had any. And again, it's all stemming from your childhood. So again, remember, if you're bogged down, look at the company you're with, man, because again, these people are little brats, and they're jealous, envious, and hateful towards you. They know, they see it in you. So they try to keep putting you down again, man. And we don't let them. But that day, I very much should have said to him, I went on to another case. I said, I need a couple. He goes, well, you're going to have to go the 12-month peace bond route. I think that's a good start for you. So I went into something. What about somebody talking this close to your face? Well, that wouldn't count as a civil suit. And then when I got back to my hotel, I thought, no, Lynn, you were triangulated and manipulated, pushed down like they've done to me for 49 years. I couldn't speak properly, and they were hitting me hard with the weapons that day at the counter, just as they are right now. It's great. It's all over my body, in the knees now, everywhere. Again, the whole purpose is to kill you, right? And to make you shut up. So when I got back to the hotel, I thought, you know what? I should have said to him, listen here, mister, and I should say his name right now, but I won't, to protect myself. I should have said to him, when you were a little runt, how did you feel when somebody was that close to your face? Would you have considered that abuse? And why did you turn into the abuser? Would that have counted? Or I'd say to him, what if somebody came in right now and started abusing you and talking to you that close? To your mask you're wearing. Would that count as abuse for you? But again, you don't think of it until you get home. So remember, to win against a narcissist or a sadist or a sociopath, you throw the question back at them, right? They're manipulating you and gaslighting you the whole time, thinking you went in there for something, and then you end up not even getting it. My whole purpose was to go talk to this lady. I've never heard back from her. There's got to be a reason that they're not allowing me to talk to this woman. So I left defeated. I actually cried. And again, I actually could have went back to the point of, wow, I'm going to be on the street now, because that's what they do. And I saw a couple men. I was in like downtown, in downtown where it all is, where it's all happening, where the people are on the street. And I seen people spazzing, like yelling, screaming, like Tourette's, like everything. And again, I know they're being scalar weaponized, because I was too. And I was screaming too. And that's how these people get you. Again, voice to sculling you all day. Like in your ear again, putting doubt again. What are you going to do, Lynn? Yeah, that was all planned. And again, these are the people. So again, this is somebody that needs a fucking straitjacket. He needs to be locked up for life. He's got blood in the bank, DNA right in the database, but these are the people now that we've allowed these people to be on a pedestal. So again, remember, when you're hanging out with somebody and somebody says, "Oh, you could be in a wood chipper right now and nobody would know," and the other people are laughing, try to wrap your head around now your Coke delusion and your drinks, and try to now stand back and maybe say, "You know what? That's actually not very funny." And maybe I think just by doing that, a couple other people stepping up and letting these people know, like, that's not funny. And maybe even just walking away from them for your own safety and your own protection is going to allow you a little bit of headspace to know, well, what am I doing? I might be fucked up in an addiction, like whatever you have, like a drug addiction or alcohol. But again, if you're not like people like that, it is good to leave them alone. Because again, it's not funny. Things like that are not funny at all. And again, you can always forgive yourself if you have done something hanging out with them, because again, they're very manipulative and it's horrible. And again, brainwashing. Again, what's the other thing called? Brain mapping. They're brain mapping me every second. But again, blackmail. Blackmail is another huge thing too. And again, I don't agree with any of this. 1609 it was on the timer. So I'm going to keep moving forward however I go about this. But again, the next time you are in need of something, throw the question back at the narcissist. Get your confidence back and say, what would you do in that situation then? If somebody was that close to your face, would that be abuse for you? And that's how I'm going to start living my life again. Even trying to get me down in that low vibrational state again like they are? No. I'm going to be a confident woman now coming for all of them, man. Because you know what? They're a fucking misogynist, and I hate misogynists. I've grown up around them my whole life, but not just that. Jezebel, people that are jealous and envious and hate you for no reason. No, turn that around. I actually despise misogynists and narcissists. So again, wherever you are on the planet, again, sometimes when I'm making the message, it's not crystal clear, because remember, they don't like a truth speaker, and I feel like I am putting my life on the line as a truth speaker, but I wouldn't have it any other way, because I wouldn't want to be sitting here and not talking. Namaste. And I'll put my life on the line for justice anywhere across the planet as a freedom fighter. After what I've been through, I have a voice and no one will take it away from me. And I hope I can continue to be a voice for the voiceless out there. Namaste.